So there's no complete pair. So we have to use the law of cosines. The law of cosines says lowercase c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of capital C, where capital C is an angle. That's the only place an angle can go in here. So if we call this, if we call capital C our x, the thing we're trying to solve for, then lowercase c has to be 18 because that's what corresponds with that angle. So this side length and whatever angle you plug in for cosine, they need to correspond with one another. So that means 18 has to go here. Doesn't matter which one you put in for A and B as long as you get C correct. And then we got cosine of some angle that we don't know. We're going to call that x. And so to solve, we can do 18 squared. It makes 324. That's 121 plus 400 minus 2 times 11 times 20. That makes 440. And so we got 324 equals 521 minus 440 cosine x. So in order to get x by itself, we got to subtract this 521 from both sides. You might be thinking, can't I just do 521? Oops. Can't I just do 521 subtracted by 440? We can't, because 440 it needs to multiply to whatever cosine x is first. They're not like terms, in other words. So 324 subtracted by 521, that's negative 197. So to get cosine x by itself, we got to divide negative 440 from both sides. So if we do that, that's 0.4477. And now to get x by itself, x is inside a cosine function, so you can use arc cosine. Or cosine, it looks like it's cosine to the negative first, but that actually means the inverse cosine. It's ugly notation. I hate that notation in mathematics, but unfortunately that's what we see. So 63.4 degrees for angle C, 63.4. And you might say, man, do I have to do all that again? You could, or you could use the much easier law of sines to finish this one out, because we have a complete pair. Sine of 63.4 divided by its corresponding side. That equals sine of, let's go for angle A, divided by its corresponding side. So let's simplify this in our calculator. Divide that by 18. That's 0.04967. Gonna round there. And then to get sine of A by itself, I'm going to multiply both sides by 11. So it's 0.5464. And so now here's where we want to consider two possibilities, because sine is positive both in the first and the second quadrant, right? There's two possibilities here. So we want to keep that in mind when we use our calculator. We're going to use that inverse sine to both sides. So inverse sine gives us 33 degrees. That's what goes here. We get roughly 33 degrees. Or if you wanted to consider the other triangle, if the reference angle is 33 degrees, then 180 subtracted by 33 makes 147. But 147 isn't possible. This could either be 33 or 147, but if it was the 147 option plus that 63.4, that puts us 210 already with just those two angles. That would be over 180. So that first option we got from our calculator is the right one. And now we can just take all these away from 180. 83.6 is that other last angle.